Hey y'all, what's up? Thank y'all for joining. We have some great topics for you guys. Welcome to the Pop-In Show. Let's get into it, honey. Let me get that pulled up. All right, let's get into it. Who got in here? Let's see. I see all my top flights are here. Thank you guys for being here. Tam C, I see you in the building, ma'am. Thanks for being here. D Nice is here. Good morning. I'm about to say good morning. Good afternoon, Michelle. Miss Michelle J, thanks for being here. Miss Gina Jenkins, hi, thanks for being here. Says, hey lady, hey, what's up? Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good day. Let's go ahead and get into it. Of course, everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. Y'all, it is so hot. It is so damn hot. Oh my God. I don't know what city or state you guys are in, but today it is so hot. I'm here in Atlanta, honey, and this Atlanta heat is cranked up to it's kind of crunk today. So I'm trying to cool down. I got my little office fan on over here so I can cool down. Because, child, I don't know. I must be going through the change of life or something. I don't know, but I'm burning up. But let's get into the show. Mary said, yeah. Hey, Maria Perry, Big Steak. Hey, DC girl. What's up? Maria Perry, Dolores Campbell, Felicia BW. Hey, Vernetta Evans. Hey, of course, Mary White. Hey. All right, so let's get into it. First topic. This is our quick pop-in, guys. I will not hold you guys long, so we're going to breeze through these topics. And then we're going to get on up out of here. All right, so we've been talking about this alienation of affection case. I'm sick of talking about it, but if they keep doing updates since I've started talking about it, I kind of got to keep talking about it, right? So according to the Neighborhood Talk, TikToker is forced to immediately fork over $40K of the $1.9 million that she is ordered to pay after cheating with her friend's husband, which we all know that is Akira. She says that she's worried about being able to maintain her Ulta and Amazon purchases. So you owe this woman $1.9 million, but your concern is being able to still shop with the money that you owe her. Is that what we're doing? Child. All right, so let's get into it. So a North Carolina judge has ordered TikToker Brennay Kenya to immediately pay $40,000 while she continues appealing a nearly $1.9 million judgment tied to her role in breaking up Akira Montague's marriage. The original ruling came after a judge sided with Akira, accusing Kenya of alienation of affection and criminal conversation, which basically claims that she had a that she had a relationship, with the husband while he was still married. We know all of that. Now, Brennay is trying to appeal this, and they're saying she can. If she wants to appeal it, great. But in order to appeal it and your appeal to go through, you first have to pay $40K to Akira first, like right now. So all three parties appeared in court on March 24th, a couple days ago, where Kenya's team tried to lower the upfront payment to $10,000, but Akira's side pushed for more, and the judge ultimately said, nope, run that $40,000. Okay, so yeah, you ain't about to be paying $10,000 to be heading down to the mall to go shop, but that's all this girl want to do. Brennay, all she wants to do is shop and damn eat. That's why her ass is big now, walking around here looking like a big ass bison. But anyway, the court said, no, baby, you got to pay $40K, not $10K. No, okay. So the lawsuit blew up. Of course, y'all know last year after claims that Kenya and her husband were posting content together while he was still married. Now, allegedly without Akira's knowledge, the jury ended up awarding Akira $1.5 million for alienation of affection and another $250,000 for criminal conversation. So she came out pretty nice on that. I told you guys only several states allow you to file alienation of affection. North Carolina is definitely one, which is where they are from. So Brennay is looking to appeal this court's decision, but in order for her to do so, she has a certain amount of time to pay $40,000 up front. If she doesn't pay that, and she's still on the hook for the $1.9 million that she is set to have to pay. What do y'all think about that? Let me know. She has yet to pay that, so we'll see what happens, because she's like, oh, that's going to cut into my shopping money. Girl, you ain't going to be able to shop for a while. You better be glad they're not looking to garnish your damn wages, okay? That's going to be next if you don't start paying. That's going to be next, and then you're really going to be hurting, because then they're going to take the percent they want to take versus allowing you to do what you need to do up front, okay? So you better get on it, girl. $40K. Let's get into this next update. There's a little update with this Jarvis Buts. You guys know it was said that he took his own life. Now there's somebody's trying to say that they don't believe he took his own life. I was reading a few post on that where they said that they felt that someone on the inside got to him, and they tried to make it look like he unalived himself. But from what police officers who arrived on the scene, they're saying that it appeared that Jarvis Buts unalived himself. But let's get into it. According to Detroit Crime Daily, it said that Detroit child unaliver is found unalived in prison just weeks after his sentencing. We're going to hear from some of the family members of Naziah Harris, who is the young girl who was unalived and R-worded and violated by Jarvis Buts. So let's take a look at this. This is an update 57 minutes ago. Let's go.
You threw her in the river is not good enough.
It's a bittersweet moment. However, you know, for us, it's sweet, and I'm sure for his family, it's bitter.
Strong reactions from a local activist and the family of Naziah Harris after the shocking news that her killer took his own life in prison. Jarvis Buts was found dead in his prison cell today, just 2 weeks ago after he was sentenced for killing Naziah. Her body was never found, and the chance of that now dwindling with his death. Fox News' Jessica Duthnack joins us live in our newsroom with the latest twist in this tragic case. Jess.
Proof Jarvis Buts was still getting processed through the Michigan prison system when this all happened. His body was found right around 6:30 this morning. Michigan State Police brought in to investigate. It is being called a suicide at this point. Now, just 2 weeks ago, part of that plea agreement in court was that Jarvis Buts would reveal once and for all where he dumped Naziah Harris's body. But unfortunately, family very discouraged they'll ever find it now that he's gone.
I think
that selfish bastard took that information to the grave. I think he just told him something just to get that plea agreement because he knew his ass was going to get a lot of time. And I feel like he was still sitting on that information, and his selfish ass, if he took his own life and left this world, never giving up where this girl was located. And I feel like that's the most selfish shit ever, because you always want to give a family a chance to properly bury their loved one who is no longer with. I mean, they're already dealing with the fact that they lost her by way of being unalived, but the selfish thing is that this person did this and knows exactly where she is and refuses to give them an exact location. Like he's giving them, oh, she's in the river. They've drugged the river several times, nothing. But I don't know. Let's continue.
it was a bit of a cowardly way out, but you know, he made his bed, so he has to lay in it, you know.
No tears from the family of Naziah Harris upon learning convicted serial child rapist and murderer Jarvis Buts was found dead in his jail cell Thursday in a Jackson, Michigan prison. The Michigan Department of Corrections tells us his death is being reported as a suicide.
You know, I feel like we still didn't get answers for Naziah. I feel like there were a lot of unanswered questions still about the case.
Like where her body is. Part of Butt's plea was that he had to reveal where he dumped Naziah's body that winter day back in 2024 after she got off the school bus. She was believed to be pregnant with his child.
Just saying you threw her in the river is not good enough. With the plea, you give us something, we give you this. And we didn't get that. And the community is very angry about that.
Community activist Tamara Liberty Smith on this case since the beginning, saying there's a trail of trauma left behind by Buts. His history of raping children spans more than a decade, as young as 4 years old, even his own family.
Hopefully that all victims can get the resources and the help that's needed so that chain will be broken and this demonic force does not continue.
Forensic evidence did link Naziah's body to the Rouge River right around 7 Mile in Detroit. But again, her remains were never found. Detroit police releasing a statement today saying they will continue looking for her. Reporting in the newsroom, Jessica Duthnack on The Edge.
Yeah.
I don't feel that Jarvis executed this by himself. I feel like the guy that worked with him at the body shop also helped him dispose of Naziah's body as well. I think he knows something as well because he did work there. He did see Naziah there multiple times coming there, in addition to Jarvis's own daughter, who was almost the same age as Naziah, who he also sexually assaulted. I do feel like the guy who worked there with Jarvis definitely knows more than he is saying, because he was going to help hide the phone that Jarvis had so that authorities couldn't go through the phone to see the nasty text messages that he was sending to Naziah. So he told old boy, hey, get my phone and put it up so that whenever they come to search my vehicle, they will not be able to find this phone and go through it, because he was the whole time lying to authorities saying, yeah, I never texted her. I never had conversations. I never touched her, because he was counting on them not finding that phone, which they found any fucking way, and still saw all the messages. Because you guys remember in the preliminary hearing, they read each and every one. So this is so unfortunate. But they're saying that he did pass from an apparent suicide. And that's all we know for now. Jarvis was facing up to 60 years. Yeah, it's unfortunate for the family. Again, prayers, some of the family, because I still feel that some of the family's asses still need to be locked the fuck up for this. I do. But let's continue on, because I don't want to be mad, child. Y'all know every time I talk about this, I get to holler, and I don't want to. Justice is kind of served here in that aspect. So we're gonna move on. All right. Offset is caught outside, child, where a fan spotted him and wanted to take a picture with him. Offset was acting like his ass was, really somebody out here. The nigga, like, nobody's really checking for Offset no more. Ever since Takeoff passed away, baby, the Migos, nobody's really checking for the Migos anymore. You guys are not like the It Boys anymore. Like, I don't think y'all can even sell out arenas anymore, right? But it looks like Offset was out somewhere trying to get some food or something, and a fan spotted him, and they kind of got into like a little back and forth where he just, hey man, you ain't really nobody like that. I just wanted to take a damn picture with you. But Offset was like, I can't, no, I don't have security. Like, if you out with security, nobody gives a fuck about you, right? If nobody is trying to run up on you and you don't have security, yeah, you're nobody. Because all the stars that I actually see that's really somebody that might, somebody might run up on them. People like Cardi B, your baby mama. People like Whitney Houston when she was still here. Like, those people needed security, right? LeBron James, like, they go out with security. Michael Jordan. Yeah, you if you're out without security and ain't nobody bothering you, you're really not that important. But let's get into this. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked.
Yeah, argue with Offset, y'all. That's only a picture, goddamn, nigga. You ain't that much of a celebrity, bro. You ain't that much of a celebrity, bro. That's only guy for a picture. I'm not supposed to a picture. Goddamn, we black people. Nigga, argue with.
Who cares if you're out by yourself and no one's by? A picture only take what 3-4 seconds, like click and then go on your own way. What you thought dude was gonna pickpocket you or try to fight you or what? You're literally walking around without security. So yeah, somebody's gonna recognize you. Oh my God, that's Offset. They just asked for a picture. He ain't asking you for no money. He ain't asking you for a hug. It's just a fucking picture, right? What do y'all think about that? Weird. He's weird. Anyway, child, let's move on. Let's get into this Bell Collective clip that I ran across. The Bells are still out here belling. Let's get into it. All right, so this is a clip with Selena, and let's just play it.
How could something off of social media end up in the collective about my fiance? I just have one question. Who brought it to the collective? That's what I want to know. Oh my God, this is so frustrating. Like, nobody wants to confess. I mean, Marie is the one who brought it to my attention, and you don't have the picture. How could something?
So what was brought to Selena is that her man may be stepping out and cheating on her, and that he may have I think outside baby or something like that with another girl. So I think it's the new girl. I think it's the new girl that brought that information to the group. But now that Selena is asking who brought it, she's sitting there looking around like, I don't know who it is. Because I vaguely remember playing the other clip where she was telling the other girls, oh my God, there's a rumor out there that, Selena's man is out here, da 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 da. So now she's asking who is it, and you just sitting there like you don't know. Are you scared Selena gonna run up? Well, she is violent. I mean, shit. Y'all saw what she did to So Gucci. She ran over there with a glass, child, and she threw that glass and hit her ass. But hey, at the end of the day, if she's asking if you spreading rumors about her fiance, the least you can do is woman up and say, hey, I said it, it was something that I heard, and go from there. But I mean, damn, I just think that's a very coward thing to do. What do y'all think?
Something off of social media end up in the collective about my fiance. I just have one question. Who brought it to the collective?
Right here. New girl right here. Fake ass Akeisha. That keeps saying Carlos tried to find it. Akeisha didn't want to come back to the show, so he found a fake ass Timu Akeisha and brought her ass on the show. And she's messy as fuck, and she's always in everybody else's business, okay? Always in everybody else's business and ain't got shit going on. But now she's sitting here like she don't know who brought this information to the group. I already know.
That's what I want to know.
And the other girls know who it was because she told them. I don't like her.
Oh my God, this is so frustrating. Like, nobody wants to confess. I mean, Marie is the one who brought it to my attention, and you don't have the picture.
Yeah, I can't respect that. If you know something and you bring it to the group with the other girls, and now that I'm sitting here and I'm asking, okay, so spill the beans. What is it? Roll that beautiful bean footage, bitch. And you ain't got nothing to say. You looking around like, y'all, somebody else said, I ain't gonna say it. Well, you telling everybody else. You talking then, like, say it now. Sure. Oof. Moving right along. Let's get into this Love and Marriage Huntsville clip. Y'all know this is a pop-in, honey. We're trying to stay on track here. Let's get into this Love and Marriage Huntsville clip where Tisha is running around in everybody's business, telling on Ken being in the DMs, and now it's gotten back to Marceau. And Ken is going to sit down and have a conversation with Marceau about checking Tisha and pretty much letting her know to stay the hell out of his damn business so he can cheat in peace, like Marceau is doing, right? Let's get into it. Shout out to Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Why Tisha tell Trish that supposedly somebody came to her and I was in their DMs?
Wait. Tisha told Trish that?
Tisha told Trish. Trish came and told me.
No.
So I was like, what?
Tisha just told Trish that?
Yes.
Wait, how was the conversation?
That Tisha told her that I supposedly been in somebody's DMs. I just was wondering, like, why was that something that came?
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering that too. That's a little embarrassing for me. This revelation that Ken said is very, very disturbing. That's not the kind of household that we have. That's not us. That ain't.
Tisha has done this so many times, right? Tisha is always telling some shit that she heard or that some, just like Wanda. Wanda do the same shit. Tisha is her mama's daughter because Tisha is always in somebody else's business. When that whole bullshit came out about Ariane and Martell buying her that car, Tisha was talking to everybody about that, and she waited until her and Mel got into it at the table. Y'all remember, well, that's why your husband is buying or out here buying women BMWs, right? She stayed talking about other people's stuff, but then when it comes time for her to talk about her own shit and Marceau stepping out and this and this and Marceau having big booty Judies in his phone, oh no, honey, she ain't talking about that. But Tisha is the sneakiest I have ever seen and will be in everybody else's shit, but don't want nobody talking about hers. But then Marceau goes, that's not our household. That is totally your household.
That ain't the Scots.
Boy.
No, we don't do that. We hear stuff about everybody and anybody up and down, and I don't got no room to be sitting out here telling, hey, girl, check your man or nothing like that right there. No. That's not something I want to come from our house. Like, that stuff normally happens to us.
Why?
Now, Marceau, that don't happen in our household. You know that absolutely happened. He's just so frustrated because he's like, Tisha, I done told your ass so many times. Now, when you start digging in other people's stuff, that's when people dig up in your stuff and then find out something, right? Because I don't feel like Marceau is 100% faithful. So that's how that works. If you're talking about someone else's relationship and trying to dig up stuff and expose them, that's when the shit blow up in your face. And then you find out that Marceau is out here probably doing the same shit he might have been doing before. Tisha, how many times you done cried on TV about Marceau possibly stepping out? Let's not forget about Marceau allegedly being in the hotel room where somebody took a picture of him, of his back. Okay, and his big ass elf ears laying up there in that bed, and you were crying in the car to Marceau, and he lied to you and said he was with Chris Fletcher and he was not. I'm just saying, I'm taking back down memory lane. But what do y'all think? I'm gonna play it one more time.
Tisha tell Trish that supposedly somebody came to her and I was in their DMs.
Does Marceau have any more clothes? Because I swear all he wears is black t-shirts. Like, do y'all have any shirts to sell to your customers? Because Marceau wear them all. Like, damn, that's all this nigga wear on TV is black t-shirts.
Wait. Tisha told Trish that?
Tisha told Trish. Trish came and told me.
No.
So I was like, what?
Tisha just told Trish that?
Yes.
Wait, how was the conversation?
that Tisha told her that I supposedly been in somebody's DMs. I just was wondering, like, why?
Not Truth. You know he got some elf. Look at them ears. Like he trying to pick up a signal. Y'all know Marcel got elf ears. Come on now.
I was that something that came.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering that too. That's a little embarrassing for me. This revelation that Ken said is very, very disturbing. That's not the kind of household that we have. That's not us. That ain't the Scots. No, we don't do that. We hear stuff about everybody and anybody up and down, and I don't got no room to be sitting out there telling, hey girl, check your man or nothing like that right there. That's not something I want to come from our house. Like, that stuff normally happens to us.
Why?
Yeah. All right, so let's move on. Child, a mess. So let's get into this Amy Luciani and Dwight Howard. There's an attorney who sits down with Carlos on his platform and gives some legal insight on if Amy Luciani could be looking at some type of trouble for sitting on an entire live with the Coquiana in her car, trying to expose Dwight Howard. You guys remember she was crying and doing all that crazy in this child, talking about Dwight was doing this and trying to get his son to lie on me, and then held up this big old bag of the Coquiana. I said, hold up now. Oh, is this what we're doing now, girl? You riding around with this stuff in your car, trying to prove something that Dwight is doing, and your ass get pulled over with kilos? Oh my God, that was a risk. But let's get into it. According to Reality with the King, this is an attorney here. I forget her name, but anyway, she's going to give some legal insight on the situation with Dwight and Amy. Let's get into it, and I think that's our last topic. Yes, it is. Let's go.
Will law enforcement use this? Take this with a grain of salt. That she held up something that she says was cocaine. But like you said, factually, it wasn't authenticated. She was actually in possession of it. So it's hearsay, right? Like it's she's saying, well, this was his, but she has it in her possession and she's showing it publicly. Or is she possibly setting herself up for defamation? If he was like, that wasn't what that was, and that wasn't mine. She had it. That was hers.
Again, I think that here's the thing that people forget about, and this is going to be the lesson of the day: chain of custody, which is why you always call law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
Because in order for it to become evidence, law enforcement has to actually gather the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start handling evidence yourself, you have tampered with the evidence, which may likely make it inadmissible in court. So at any chance of having evidence presented in court, you want to make sure that you engage law enforcement. Now, again, does that mean that the court will not include things from social media? Like posts can be used to decide, one, if they're authenticated, they can be decided to impeach a witness, they can be used to.
That's another easy fix too. They can have Dwight, especially since he's in a custody battle with his daughter. I feel like they should probably order him to take a drug test. And if they find said drugs in his system, then hello, drugs in your system, drugs in the bag. Put it together. That's called evidence, right? I'm just saying. But let's keep going.
For credibility. So there are certain things that a court may or may not let a post actually in as evidence, but you always want to make sure, especially when you're making a public statement, that it is true. Because if it can be proven that it is false and has caused damages, then you are opening yourself up for possible defamation.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's spoken word, it's going to be slander. If it's written word, it's going to be libel. And so that's why I say that you have to be really careful when you're making public statements about anyone, because you could be causing liability for yourself.
Reality with the King is
All
streaming on
all of that. That's why you gotta be careful what you be saying out here, honey. If it's not 100% true, and it's okay. Sometimes you're not, and I say it all the time. I don't always get my commentary right, but I can always come back and say, you know what, guys, let me correct this right here. I'm not above this, because sometimes you can get it wrong, but you have some people out here who just give wrong information and just love to lie and live to lie on people and just say things just so nonchalant and all willy-nilly. and don't give a hot damn about defamation, libel, and all this other stuff she just mentioned. You have to be very, very careful when you accuse someone of something and make sure that it is definitely what it is, right? But in this situation with Amy Luciani and Dwight Howard, this is just, it's a whole hot ass mess. Like, they're pulling, CPS is coming and pulling kids from the house. There's drug allegations. I mean, Royce has already said that Dwight was in that type of life, having that type of life. But she's already stated in her interview with Carlos King that she used to stay with him during COVID and drugs were everywhere. So people were sniffing cocaine and people running around high in the house to where she had to get her son to get the hell out of there. So now with Amy married to him and she riding around with kilos in the car like she's a part of the damn boys over there in Mexico, okay? The cartel, she riding around like she part of the damn cartel trying to expose Dwight Howard. Girl, you should have just called the popos and said, hey, this is a bag of cocaine in that third drawer in that third room down the hallway right there, and let them go in there and get that shit, and you just get up out of there. So you don't get blamed for it. And all they have to do is drug test him and see that it's in his system to know what he's indulging in, right? Because he can't be sniffing no cocaine with kids in the house anyway, or being on drugs anyway with kids, right? So if that's the case, that could really hurt him getting his daughter back if they can prove indeed that he is on drugs, right? Especially cocaine, girl. You cannot, I don't see CPS putting a child back in the house if that's the case, especially if the daughter can say, oh, he's having erratic behavior and all of that, all the things that would be tied to a person that's on that type of drug. So we'll see what happens, child. I don't know. As we get updates, so will you. Yeah, that's how that works. You know what I mean? Put two and two together, child. If you're saying he's acting erratic, because she already said she don't want to come and stay with his ass, and she's not comfortable there. Why? And they got to ask questions. Why aren't you comfortable there? What is he doing that makes you feel not comfortable? If he's erratic and punching holes in walls and screaming and hollering, and 1 minute he's calm, the next minute he's just spazzing out, and always up. Most people who is on drugs, they be up late at night and pacing the floor and just acting erratic. So if he's having all of these outbursts and emotions, a good little drug test, they should go ahead and do one and see what's really going on up in that damn house. Yeah, he's a danger. Royce already told y'all he is dangerous. He's abusive. Okay, I told y'all he threw her ass across the room. And yeah, it's a lot. Prayers up. Again, I don't feel like Amy should have married his crazy ass, but sometimes people have to find out on their own. You could tell people all day long that this person is dangerous, this person is this or that. But just like Roy said, she tried to tell her, but she said, oh, you just want my man. And you got to let bitches like that find out on their own. I ain't about to tell you no more. I'm going to tell you one time the nigga is crazy. And you want to go over there and marry him and be with him and let him throw your ass across the room, then hey, don't be calling me because I told you. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Truth TV Podcast, to my top flight mods, Stephanie Thomas, as well as Rose Armstead. Thank y'all for modding. Thank you to all the content creators that stopped by to support the video as well. Of course, the Caramellians in the chat as well as in the bushes. I'll be coming back with another video later on unless we have breaking news. I did come across my phone, if anyone cares, Tiger Woods was just involved in a very bad car crash. I got to go see how bad that is. I'm pretty sure TMZ has it. But yeah, it just came across my phone, an alert that Tiger Woods, he just had didn't he have like a really bad car crash before he got caught cheating a while back on his wife, Ellen? But yeah, I just saw where he was in a very bad car crash somewhere in Florida. So I don't know. So we have to go see child if the man is still with us. And I will see you guys later. I may report on that later. But you guys have a wonderful day. I will be back with another video. Please keep your notifications on. Until the next one. Bye.